The first dilemma is from Anonymous. Hey Jordan, it's been a little under a year since I've graduated high school, and I honestly feel like I don't even have a clue of what I want to do with my life. A lot of people will say they don't know what major they want to pursue, or they don't think college is the right path for them, etc. I honestly wish I could say that I know college isn't the right path, or that I know what my true dream/passion is. The truth is, I honestly don't have a clue of what I want to do or accomplish in my life. Of course, I could take the traditional route and follow the jobs that bring me money, but I want my life to be more than that. I want to make a real impact, but I'm completely lost as to what direction to go in. I know this probably seems like a very broad dilemma, and that's because it is. I'm completely lost and have no clue where to go, and it's seriously taking a toll on me. I don't know what to do. Thank you in advance. Okay, Anonymous, so first of all, man, believe it or not, I was in the exact same position as you. Literally, the same exact position as you. I graduated high school January 2018, and January 2019, I was completely lost. Granted, I was in college, and I was lost, because I was going to the guidance counselors, I was taking the time to research every major that I saw, and I didn't like any of them. None of them seemed appealing to me. And what I realized over time was that I was meant for not something better, but just something different than what college had to offer me. That being said, that might not be the case for you. Now, I will not recommend that you go to college and pull out these student loans to go to a university when you don't even know that you necessarily want to get a degree. But what I would recommend that you do is start to research some of the majors that colleges offer, maybe some of the community colleges, and think about what an average day in the life might look like for some of these people. Now, if that doesn't work for you, okay, if you're in the same situation that I was in where you did the research and it still didn't seem appealing to you, the college life that is, you're going to be in what we like to call uncharted territory, meaning that you're in a situation that the vast majority of the population will not be able to relate to, so they won't be able to help you with. But you found one of the minority. Okay, I'm one of the people who understands how you feel, and here's what I would tell you. So first of all, I need you to grab a piece of paper. If you're in this situation, this is going to be an interactive video for you. Grab a piece of paper and a pencil, pen, something to write with. And I want you to first of all write down all of the things that you're good at, the things that you are naturally gifted at. Okay, and I want you to remember that word, your gift, because your gift is the thing that not only are you good at it, but it brings you into the present moment. Okay? The gift brings you into the present. Always remember that. And another way of putting this is it puts you in the flow state. When you do it, it will put you in the flow state. And the reason why is because you are put on this earth to do that thing or to do those things. And I'm going to draw an analogy for you. If you think about the cells in your body, all of the cells in your body know what to do. This is something that Deepak Chopra talks about in some of his books. He talks about how your cells automatically know their job. From the time of their inception to the time that they die, they have one or maybe a few jobs to carry out, and they carry out those jobs to perfection. If they don't, that's when you start to have diseases, you start to have cancer, so on and so forth. But generally speaking, your cells know exactly what to do, and I believe that we are nothing but cells of the universe. We all come into this life with our divine purposes, and oftentimes our gifts are the things that indicate what our purposes actually are, the things that we are naturally gifted at. For example, I have a gift of, for one, giving advice and just putting things into perspective for people so that they can see the bigger picture. But also, I have a gift for writing. I have a gift for written communication. And you might argue even that I have a gift for spoken communication, but I've always had a gift for written communication, and that's a gift that I cannot lose. No matter how much time I take away from writing, I can still come back and be an above average writer. And for you, you're going to have to think about the things that you're naturally gifted at, to the extent that even if you took a year off of doing it, you would still come back and be above average at it. So that could be a wide range of things. You might be good at knitting. You might be good at soccer. You might be good at drawing. There are a lot of different talents out there. And what I want you to do is I want you to omit the idea of making money first and foremost. Right now you're focused on the gift itself. The gift takes you into the present. Your cells are constantly in the present moment. They're not thinking about the future. They are constantly concentrated on whatever task is in front of them. And it's more often than not the task that they are designed to do. And like I said, when there's a misalignment there, that's when we start to see diseases. That's when we start to see problems in our bodies. So in the same way, when you're misaligned with your purpose, when you're not utilizing your gift to the best of your ability and being as present as possible, then you'll start to see problems in your overall life. That's when you see things working against you all of a sudden. So understand that right now, it's about figuring out what you're good at, what you're gifted at, what puts you in the flow state. When you start doing this thing, time will pass by differently. And the reason why is because you are completely present. You are completely present, and more often than not, it doesn't even feel like work to you. Write down all of the things that check off these boxes. All of the things that you're good at, and all of the things that make you feel very, very present and alter your perception of time. Write down these things. Once you've written those things down, I want you to create a separate list of things that you enjoy doing. Now, you're gonna write down all of the things that you enjoy doing, and you're gonna put it right next to that list of things that you're gifted at. Okay, all of the things that you like to do, things that you would do for free for the rest of your life. But if you could make money doing them, you would be absolutely ecstatic. And once you create that list, what I want you to do is I want you to see if there's anything that fell onto both lists. If there's anything that falls on both of those lists, that is something that you should be doing. That is a viable career path for you. That is something that you can begin to pursue right now. And if you need to go to college for that thing, then you go to college. If you don't need to go to college for it, then you don't go to college. But figure out the intersection between your gifts and your passions. For me, I realized that, again, I was gifted at giving advice, and I was also passionate about YouTube. I was passionate about building a platform and building a community of people who not only understood me, but understood each other. And I understood them. And creating that sort of community where people could go if they felt alone, like I did when I started my YouTube channel. I was able to combine my gift of giving advice with my passion for creating this sort of community, and lo and behold, I made a career out of it. For you, it might not involve YouTube, but figure out the things that you're good at, figure out the things that you're passionate about, and find the intersections. Your purpose will always lie at the intersection of your gift and your passion, or multiple gifts and multiple passions. There might be a case where maybe you have to integrate multiple gifts and multiple passions and create a new career path that nobody's ever seen before. I'm going to give you a good example of this. My friend Bryce Wilson. He's somebody who is very, very passionate about mental performance coaching, and he's also passionate about sports in general, and he's gifted at understanding people. He's gifted at interviewing people and asking the right questions and putting things into perspective and giving advice. He's very, very gifted at that, and he's very passionate about sports and sports psychology, so on and so forth, and he's been able to combine these paths to not only become an author at a very young age, but also to build a platform, to build a whole business model around that intersection of his gifts and his passions. And I'm sure that when he was 18 years old, and I know this because me and him have talked about this, he could have never imagined that he would be doing what he's doing right now. In the same way, when I was 18 years old, I could have never imagined that I would be doing what I'm doing right now. I'm only 23. Okay, so I was in your situation less than 5 years ago, really. So understand that things can change very, very quickly once you identify that intersection or those various intersections that you may need to pursue in order to create a career path for yourself if it's not already there. Now, another thing that you need to understand about your purpose is that your purpose is not something that will bring you fulfillment. People often think that your purpose is something that is supposed to bring you fulfillment. But your purpose is not meant to be the source of your fulfillment, but rather the expression of your fulfillment. It's meant to be the expression of your fulfillment. Again, your gift will take you into the present moment. Your gift takes you into the present. When you're in the present moment, when you allow yourself to be present, you will naturally be fulfilled. Because if you think about any goal that you may have, no matter how vain or surface level this goal may seem, what do you hope to experience on the other side of that goal? Presence. That is all we ever want in this life. We only want to be present. Behind every goal that you think about, you're hoping to feel presence. You want to be as present as you possibly can. Because deep down in your soul, you understand that in order to create your best life, you have to be present. But the irony is that your best life is the one in which you are present. In other words, you have to find that flow state and find that state of presence, and from there, your purpose will naturally emerge. Instead of thinking about how this will bring you fulfillment and projecting your happiness and your well-being into the future, a future which doesn't exist because even when you get to that future, you'll still be in the present moment, by the way. You can instead allow yourself to be fulfilled in the present moment so that you have something to give to the world. Your purpose is not about receiving, it's about giving. It is always about giving. If you think about how your cells work, your cells serve to give. They serve each other. They give and receive. They give and receive. It's constantly flowing. If a cell stops receiving, you start having problems. If your cell stops giving, you start having problems. You have to fall into this understanding and surrender into the present moment and understand that in the present moment, you have the most leverage that you can possibly have. You have the leverage to give something. You cannot pour from an empty cup. But when you're present, when you allow yourself to be present and live in the end, as they say in the law of assumption community, you have something to give.